Welcome to Know Now, your connection to what's happening in Northern Virginia. I'm your host, Jessica Carver. Friends of Homeless Animals, or FOHA, has been connecting pets with loving forever homes since 1975. Joining us today to talk about FOHA are two very special guests, Larry Elfes and the adorable and adoptable Betty. Larry, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for bringing Betty in.
Thank you.
So let's start with Betty herself. Can you tell us a little bit about her?
Yes, of course. Betty was actually found as a stray in Henry County, and she ended up in Franklin County in Southern Virginia Humane Society. Our our intake coordinator facilitated transport to get her up to us. She's been at our shelter now for about a month, and she has been adoptable for about 2 weeks. She is a year old. She weighs about 45 pounds last time we weighed her, and she is a spayed female. We're not certain of her breed, obviously, because she was a stray, but the people that brought her in believe she was a mix of pug and basset hound.
Well, she is adorable. And how does her story compare to stories of some of the other dogs that come to be adoptable at FOHA?
Maybe 40 to 50% of our dogs come in with no history like her. They're strays, or they came in from other ways that we just don't know what their story, their history was. Mm-hmm. Maybe the other 50% about come to us from owner surrenders of various kinds. Typically there we know a bit more about the dog's history and health and treatment and age and maybe their breeding. Right. We do occasionally get purebred dogs, and we get dogs that sometimes owners have had since puppies but are forced for various reasons out of their control to give up.
Right. And what kind of care does FOHA give before kind of turning them around to become adoptable dogs?
All the dogs that come in are vetted. Their vaccinations are brought up to date. If they're not current, we bring them up to date. We heartworm test all the dogs. They are spayed or neutered, and we microchip all the dogs before they're adopted.
Wow. That's a lot of work that FOHA's putting in, and it connects obviously with their mission to help find these dogs adoptable, to get the dogs adopted. So yes. Tell us a little bit about FOHA itself and the mission there.
FOHA started about 1975. It was founded by a lady named Ann Lewis. It's been operating since then as a no-kill rescue for cats and dogs. The no-kill means that we will not euthanize an animal except for medical reasons. So dogs or cats come to us and they will stay with us until they either find a forever home or they pass. Okay. Surprisingly, most of the animals that come in, even those that may have challenges, do end up finding homes. And excellent. That's very gratifying.
Yes, definitely. And what are some of the programs that FOHA runs that helps get these animals into the homes?
Well, there's actually a number. First, we have our shelter operation. We have about 100 dogs and about 50 cats that are available for adoption. Visitors can come out and meet the animals. They can meet quite a number of animals, either dogs or cats. We have a foster program, so we do foster animals as well. There's additional animals outside the shelter, puppies, kittens, sometimes dogs or cats that need special care or would not do well in our shelter. We have other opportunities for people to come out and get involved at the shelter. We always need help with dog transport. We need help with working adoptions for both dogs and cats. We need help at events. We do participate in events to place animals and also to help with fundraising to fund operations. We have a resale shop, the Treasure Hound, and there are opportunities there for people to volunteer. Also opportunities for people to donate unwanted household items, and the profits from the resale shop go in turn to help FOHA operate.
Yeah. So FOHA is not like a normal, the Fairfax County Shelter gets funding from government organizations. FOHA is
We're 100%
nonprofit.
Correct. We operate totally on donations. We are a 501c3, so we're tax deductible.
And those fundraising opportunities are very important to make sure that FOHA can continue to provide care for these animals.
There are a number of fundraising opportunities going on right now. We have some fundraising campaigns to raise money for specific pets that have medical challenges. We just had a dog we brought in, a beagle mix, who was turned out infected with parvovirus. The good news is she survived. Many of them do not survive parvovirus, but she required extensive hospitalization, and her vet bill is large, and we are hoping people would be able and willing to contribute to covering the bill. Mm-hmm. We offer opportunities to sponsor dogs and cats, so your contribution can go to a sponsor a specific animal. And we have some capital improvement projects underway, one to improve our cattery facility and one to build a new dog adoption center. So if people wanted to contribute to those, they'd be able to see the capital improvements that their money had gone to help build.
And fundraising isn't the only way, as you mentioned, that people can get involved with FOHA. Probably the most fun thing to do is to come out and kind of visit with the animals and volunteer. So what are just a couple of ways that some people can volunteer with FOHA?
We always need volunteers. We're looking for people to come out and help us walk dogs, people to come work in our cattery. Again, if they want to help with, for example, transport, where we need to move dogs around or bring dogs in from intake dogs, that's a great place for people to get involved. Our website has got details on contacts for volunteering. Most people start by volunteering for a while at the shelter, and then as they get interested in other aspects of the operation, they kind of can adapt their interest.
And so for people who want to get more involved, you mentioned website. Is that the best way for them to?
Best place to start would be to go to FOHA.org. There are contacts on there. You can reach out through email and we'll get back to you to deal with any specific questions.
Excellent. Well, Larry, thank you for joining us. And Betty, thank you for joining us too, even though it was a little nap time for you. For more information about FOHA, to donate, to become a foster parent, or to find a new addition to your family, visit www.foha.org. Thanks for joining us on Nova Now. Have a great day.